Hello, goblins. It's Chris, Eldritch Pipes. It's an episode of this week's Pipes. Man, it has been tipping it down all day. All day. I was taking photographs of pipes this morning at 8 o'clock. And it was raining then, and it hasn't stopped. We even went a fair way down. It was a 2-hour drive to see some family. It was raining there. We spent half the day there, came back, it was still raining. It was raining. Today, not too much prattle today. I'm pretty much going to show you some pipes. But I thought I'd tell you what I'm going to do next week. It's an idea I had. Kind of documenting a week in the workshop, really. So if you follow me on Instagram, I'm going to be doing, I think, 2 posts a day. A photo at the start of the day and a photo at the end. But maybe I'll do a photo in the middle. Maybe I'll do 3 photos a day. Now that I think about it. And so you can sort of see, I thought it would be quite cool, sort of see the process as it evolves and run into any issues that a pipe maker runs into as I run into them. And also be quite nice just to break things up from the normal just posting pictures of finished pipes. Which is fine, but which is good. But sometimes it's nice to see into the process a bit deeper, isn't it? And it'll keep me on my toes, that's what I reckon. So I'm up for that. So next week, keep your eyes on the Instagram account. I'm smoking some jarred Solani Silver Flake. I'll do that. Such a lovely fragrant blend. It's one of those ones that really does need some time in the jar. Straight out of the pack. I don't know how many of you have tried Solani Silver Flake. It comes really not well thought out packaged. In that it doesn't come in a sealed tin or a sealed bag. It's kind of it's in a bag and in a tin. It's in both, but neither of them are airtight. Which is I don't know. It doesn't seem optimum. But I suppose lots of tobaccos are sold loose. You know, Sam Gareth tobaccos are all loose for the most part. So it's not unheard of, but like you buy it in a tin and then you think, what am I going to do with this thing? And you've got to try and just jar it as quickly as possible. Which is a shame. I've got a tin that needs to go in a jar. I got to do that. I'm drinking. We just ordered some burritos. Because we've been out driving all day. And got some cola. Doritos. We got them with our burritos. Doritos Mexican cola. So it says. Although, to be fair, we actually did get them arboretos from different places. Me and Steph got ours from Las Iguanas, which is a really great place. Wolf got his from Plan Burrito, if you've heard of them. All right. Today, 3 pipes, 1 is available. I'm covered in ash. 1 is available, and I'm going to show you that one first. He's an interesting fellow, isn't he? I was thinking about my pipe that I want to do, a Sanctus pipe, which is a pipe that, if you've heard me talking about it, is from a book that half vampires smoke a kind of powdered blood in their pipe. And I kind of had this idea, but I wanted to try it out in a short version, because my idea for the proper pipe is not a church warden, but like a mini warden. But I wanted to try out this idea, and if you remember last week, I did a Dublin. Well, okay. I did a pipe that I called a Dublin, because technically any bowl that tapers from top to bottom is a Dublin. Well, that leaves still the world open for interpretation. And I've made all kinds. In fact, I was talking to somebody and they said, "Oh, could you do me a Dublin?" And I was like, "Well, what kind?" If it's you who was talking to me about it, you know what I mean. I've done so many different styles and called them Dublins. Wide shank Dublins, tall Dublins, fat Dublins. And for the time being, I've just called this a slender Dublin. But he's super light. Actually, I haven't weighed him. I've said he's super light, but I don't know exactly how much he weighs. I will do in a moment. "37 grams. Pretty light. Not the lightest ever, but pretty light. And I kind of wanted to experiment with like just a tall, slender bowl. And for some reason I've been liking on Dublin shapes, I have been liking a sharp chin. I think I just like the intent of that sharp chin. You know, it's not there by accident. It was like, I spent time putting it there. But look at the blast. I was really pleased. Just like the ring grain coming up this way. I was kind of surprised. I'd love to say that I planned that. I planned that, by the way. But I just, yeah. I think the rings going this way on the bowl is just really, really interesting. I really, when I was putting the shape on the block, I was really looking at the plateau to have a slanted plateau rim. That was what my eye was on, because I wanted that. This sort of like, yeah, slanted rim. But then the effect of the, and then just the relationship to the plateau to the grain made the ring grain sort of diagonal on the bowl. I ummed and ahed about the stem shape. Ultimately, I went with a stepped taper. I thought just going with a straight taper would just seem a bit unbalanced. I wanted the stem to be much thinner, so doing this kind of like stepped saddle stem. I never know what to call this design. Let's call them a fancy stem. No, that doesn't work. That's already taken by that style with like beads on them. Anyway, whatever we're going to call those stems. And of course it helps take some weight out as well, so it helps keep the pipe light. What I'll do for the full version, I don't know, if this becomes the shape that I go with. But anyway, nice black sandblast. Moss Cumberland stem. Just, I think, quite a cool piece. So, there you go. Slender Dublin. This one's available if you're interested. Send me an email. Let me just drink some Mexican cola. If it is Mexican cola. Oh, this week on Audible, they released, I don't know, back around 2005, there was an amazing comedy series, it only ran for 2 seasons, called Green Wing. I said I wasn't going to natter about stuff, but I'm going to natter about this one thing. And it had a load of like really great comedians in it. Mark Heap, who's like comedy royalty. Tamsin Gregg from, well, I knew her first from Black Books. Those are like the 2 hitters. There's Julian Reintut, if that's his name. There's what's his name? Oh God. A guy with curly black hair whose name now eludes me. Can't remember him. He's been in loads of British comedies as well. And they did, so they only ran for 2 seasons, and so they like 18 years ago was the last thing. But on Audible, they've just done a 6-episode Audible season with all the original cast for free. If you've got Audible, it's free. And I listened to it and it was brilliant. Very wrong. Very wrong indeed, but really great. Oh, Stephen Mangan. That's the name of the curly black-haired guy. Stephen Mangan. Funny bloke. All right. Last 2 pipes are the same pipe. But I just want to point out a little feature. So, I'm going to get these out and compare them. Come on. So, strawberry, Cordovan sandblast, with earth and ivory stem. Yep, just a sexy little piece. Example 1. Put him to the side. Strawberry, Cordovan sandblast, earth and ivory stem, sexy little number. The bit I wanted to point out was both the earth and ivory stems. This is the kind of like variation you get because these are the two extremes. This one comes from the top of the rod, and this one comes from the bottom of the rod. So as you can see, sort of cream heavy. It's still got the earth in there, but it's like heavy cream swirls. And in this fellow, like tons of detail, but obviously much less cream. But that's just like what I like about the rods, is that you just get this like quite a lot of variation in the rod. Isn't that cool? All right. Those aren't available. Don't ask me for them. An impoverished pipe maker can be quite tempted to sell stuff that he's not meant to sell. Oh. So, no, those aren't available. Not this week. That made me hiccup. All right. What's going on? So next week should be normal. Should be back next week with more pipes, all being well. And a second to last final reminder, the 11th is the UK Pipe Smoking Championship, hosted by Ian Walker of Northern Briars. If you are watching and you can make it there, try and make it. It should be a great day. But yeah, there's one more video before the day. I think there's one more video before that day comes. So one more reminder. All right. That's it from me. I've waffled slightly more than I intended to, but doesn't matter. Okay, I'll see you next week. So till then, take it very easy. Your loyal pipe maker.